everybody. Good evening. It's your host, Maria Shaw, and I want to welcome everybody in. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hi, Gloria Ann. Hi, Jana. I'm seeing so many familiar faces and names. Hello, Cynthia. I'm so happy to be here tonight. This is a free webinar. Hi, Brenda. This is an absolutely free webinar. I wanted to talk today, even though we don't have the winter solstice for a little over 3 weeks. I want to get you ready for it. It is a big deal. And this winter solstice, as I'll explain, is going to be maybe even more revealing and more important for all of us in some way, shape, or form than some of the previous ones. And I see we still have people joining us. If you guys could all go ahead and hit share, if that's available to you, that way more and more people can get some of this information. Hi, Kathy. Hi, John. We're going to be doing a lot. Hello, April. It is a big deal. Yeah. Hey, Diana. I want to thank Greg Bass, who is manning the ship, so to speak. He's driving the webinar all together for us so we can get it all done. He's actually driving back from Arkansas to his home in Lafayette. Miss Debbie Harden will be joining us. She's going to be posting links for important information and products and things that you may want to purchase. So make sure that if you have any questions and you're on Facebook at French Quarter Medium or Maria Shaw, that you go ahead and you type in the information, type in your question, and maybe you can even do that up here. And if she sees it, then she'll go ahead and answer you back. So again, we got a lot of information. This is a free 35-minute webinar. If we go over, don't hold it against me because I tend to give a lot of information. This is going to help prepare you, indulge you, and able to benefit from the winter. A lot of folks look at winter and think, oh, it's snow and it's cold and I have to stay inside. And a lot of people are really excited about celebrating winter, especially a lot of our friends in Wisconsin and Minneapolis. So it depends on how you feel and about the winter time. But the winter time, if you look at it and as it's like, oh, here comes winter again, winter is coming, then hopefully we're going to change that attitude tonight, because there's a lot of wonderful things that happen with this season spiritually. Each season, whether it be spring, summer, fall, or winter, astrologers make up an astrological chart. Okay, we make up an astrological chart for the solstice or the equinox. So the exact moment of the solstice on December 21st, 2022, we can make up an event chart. So just like I would make a chart for the minute for a wedding, like when a couple would say, I do, I would make up a chart for that exact moment when they tied the knot. And that is their wedding chart. And it sets the stage for their entire relationship from that point on. If you are a business owner and you want to open up your doors at a specific time under auspicious positions, we can make up an event chart or a business chart and tell you the best time to open those doors. And then that'll dictate how your business will go and what you can expect from the business for the life of the business. Now, it's a little different with the seasons, because each season, the energy, the sun moves into either Capricorn, as it does for the winter solstice, or Cancer for the summer solstice, or the spring equinox, Aries, and the fall equinox, Libra. Every year, the sun moves at a different degree. So it's always a different time every year. But that's why we make up a new winter solstice chart every year. And I'm going to actually cold read from this chart to tell you what I think my predictions are going to be for us, for the world, for the winter months. Okay. So a chart is made up for the exact moment that fall turns into winter. And inside this chart, we're going to look at the next 3 months from December 21st on out. We get a look at what's coming up in the world, what the weather will be like. From an individual perspective, close to the end of this webinar, I'm going to give you information on your specific zodiac sign, what you should be manifesting during the solstice, what you should be looking forward to, and what you want to work on with this chart. So from an individual perspective, the winter solstice will bring something new for you to focus on, something brand new. And you're supposed to work on that and finish that through the winter months. okay, from December 21st to 2022 to the first day of spring, usually March 20th, 21st to 23. So from a collective, the winter solstice chart is going to bring a huge planetary shift. It's going to happen very close to the solstice. It's going to bring specific luck. And we're also going to see some challenges. We're going to have a turn of events from what our challenges were in the last year. We're going to see a new set of challenges that's going to come out this winter, as well as a new set of lucky periods too. So we're going to talk about all of that, patterns, overall theme, and then we're going to cover what you can do to bring forth that wonderful winter energy in your life and harness the power, because every single season we have something that we can do, especially to indulge in and manifest and bring that energy forth. So some of the highlights of the solstice chart is there's going to be a big shift in luck from the sign of Pisces into the sign of Aries. So the fire signs, the Aries, the Sagittarius, the Leos are going to do especially good. Hi, Michaela. Because this winter, because of that lucky shift of Jupiter, the planet of good luck, into a fire sign. That's going to happen very close to the solstice. So the Jupiter aspect close to the solstice in the solar, in the event chart, is going to bring us all, no matter what sign we are, at least one new beginning this winter. And it's something that you're going to initiate. And it's going to be different for a lot of people. Some people may be looking for a new job. Some people may initiate a new home. Some people may initiate a baby in their lives. So whatever it is, all of us over the course of the 3 months, starting December 21st, will initiate. We're going to have this determination to start something new. Other astrological aspects that I've noticed that are playing over the winter, besides the solstice bringing us a new plan, we need to remember that some of our old challenges are winding down. So what we were dealing with in 22, by March 7th, which is still in the winter period, there's a big shift from one challenge that we've been dealing with last year into another. And it's going to be different for everybody. But I feel that the shift, whatever challenge it is, we're going to meet it more with compassion, and we're going to be using our intuition a lot. We're going to be called upon by the solstice energy to be more compassionate and work more from an intuitive side rather than a logical side. This year, the winter solstice chart has a big impact because of the planets Saturn and the planet Uranus. And they are squaring each other. That's a harsh aspect. It's responsibility and karma, represented by Saturn, versus breaking free and trying something new, represented by Uranus. So it's the difference between authority and constraints and freedom. That's going to play a big role for all of us in some way. Some people will leave dead-end jobs. Some people will leave long-term marriages. Some people will leave their family. There's going to be so many changes for people. You're going to feel like you're going through a midlife crisis. And some of the things are going to be more subconscious. But if there's anything in your life that is making you feel choked and trapped and restricted, and you feel responsible, but you just can't do it anymore, we're going to see a lot of shifts. We're going to see a lot of people just up and leave. But we're also going to see people use their intuition and show compassion and find a middle ground where they can still find what they need to be happy, but still karmically do things correct. So we are going to find that we're all going to manifest at 4:47, 4:48 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:47 p.m. Central Time on December 21st. This is the exact peak. This is when we have the winter solstice. So 4:47, 4:48. There's just a minute difference there. So you want to start to set yourself up in a manifesting space or place, or a quiet space. And if you're driving, pull over into a gas station and just sit for a minute and manifest. I've done that before. So I think one of the best things that you want to remember during the winter solstice is, and I'll give you little tips in a little bit of what you should be doing based on your sign, but you want to think about, what is it that I really want to shift and change in my life? What areas of life are restricting me that I can logically change? Like, some people are not going to leave a marriage. Some people are not going to leave a job because they need the money, but some people will definitely make adjustments. Anything that feels restrictive that you can, like, just like that you can shift or change and leave easily, you probably will. But anything that you have deep ties to and responsibility and obligation, you've got to find a way to make peace with that and have a balance. So if you're in a very difficult job and you can't quit and you can't find another job right now, or during the winter, let's just say, then you may want to make sure that you have outlets. You may want to make sure that you're studying something. You may want to find another job. You want to have some sort of an outlet that you're working on during the solstice. So what I would ask everybody to do, get ready for December 21st, 4:47, 4:48 p.m. Eastern time, adjust for your time zone, is find a quiet space, and you can plan for this. Make up a list of the things that you would like to see develop over the winter. And these would be things that you know logically could. Obviously, if you don't have enough money, you're not probably going to plan a big trip to Europe during the winter. So you want to manifest something that you know is possible. Okay. And remember, you want to manifest something that is possible to happen within that 3-month period. These are not times to manifest long-term goals, but the seasons are a good time to manifest short-term goals. So whatever can manifest in the next 90 days, whatever you think could develop or unfold in the next 90 days, you want to make up that list. It can be spiritual stuff. It can be material things. It can be health things, whatever it is that you would want. And so you want to harness that energy at that exact moment and make the most of that. I mean, winter, a lot of times people will have a little bit more time for a spiritual journey, because most of us spend time indoors because it is cold, and we kind of enjoy that the nature setting from a quiet, kind of a serene place where we're cozy and comfortable inside, especially if you live, in some of the northern states in New England. So as I'm looking at the solstice chart, there's a couple things that jump out at me, because remember, I told you I was going to do a cold read from this. I think that this winter could be difficult for the collective on our health. This is going to be a good time to try very, very positive health measures. Anything that you can do now to prevent cold and flu season from entering your house is going to be a positive. All of us want to manifest good health through the winter, because Saturn in the 6th house of the solstice chart, 6th house is health, and Saturn is difficult. So I think we could have a really hard cold and flu season. I'm not talking COVID. I'm talking cold and flu season. So this is a good time to take better care of your health now and make that one of your manifestations. Okay. There is luck in money in this chart. Jupiter is in the 8th house of the chart, which has a lot to do with money from other sources. So this will be a good time. This winter will be a good time to attract wealth from new sources rather than just a 9-to-5 job. So luck, inheritances, investments, things like that. I want you to take note of, because most of you have purchased already my 2023 moon calendar. During the winter time, we have an awful lot of law of abundance days and big money days. We start the new year out with a big money day, the first 2 days of the new year. You see all the dollar signs there. And it also has the LOA. So if you follow the moon calendar, you'll see that the first 4 days of January are very lucky. They're all money days, and New Year's Day and Monday following, we have the huge money cycles that day. So we go into the winter time with a lot of opportunities to make money. The solstice chart itself shows money from other sources, like I said, rather than a 9 to 5. And by the way, if you don't know how to make up a law of abundance check, all you have to do is take a check out of your checking account and sign it to you, and then sign it from the law of abundance. So you make it out to you, and then you sign it in the signature panel from the law of abundance. And I would not put a dollar amount in, because then you may limit what the universe can bring you. I did have a client though that needed $7,600 for her business rental, and she put $7,600 in there, and that's what she got. But I wouldn't put it, I was suggesting just leave it blank, and then carry the check around you until a blessing occurs. It doesn't always have to be cash in hand. I saved $2,000 on a refrigerator when I made out my law of abundance check. I also made one out after that, after I ripped the one up that I got the blessing on. And my publishing company sent me a check for $2,400 that I was not expecting from international rights for one of my books. And I was not expecting that. They had forgotten to pay me from 2-3 years ago. So when you look in the calendar, you want to look where it says LOA. And on the first, and this calendar, it has everything, explains it in layman's terms. LOA, and then write out a check. You should only be carrying one check at one time. When a blessing occurs, it can be $5, it can be a new job, it can be a gift. Rip up the check and then write a new one on the next law of abundance day listed in the calendar. These days are the best for manifesting, and the calendar is filled with money dates to do things, law of abundance, Mercury retrogrades, full moons, new moons. It has a little manifesting tips in there. So if you don't have one, we have the pocket size left. I talked to Debbie today. She's going to put the link up. We have the pocket size, and then we have the big wall one. We have bundles on these too. We have sold, I think, close to 1,200 just within the last 30 days. We will not do reprints because I have some other things that are coming out. I have a new book coming out. I've got to focus on that. Hopefully that'll be here before Christmas. So if you want your calendars or you want to give them for stocking stuffers, get them now. If you buy 4, you get the 5th one free. Debbie will put the link up. But I just wanted to make note that astrologically, the solstice chart is going to be very good for money. Okay. There's going to be a lot of changes for a lot of people with their career. Mars in the 10th house means that we're going to have a very busy winter from January 7th through March 25th when Mars is moving forward. Lots of shifts and changes with companies and career. I'm also looking at the solstice chart being a good time also to travel. There will be some travel hiccups, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a good time to travel, and quite possibly unexpected travel as well. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a lot more children conceived or being born in 2023. And I'm also looking at the winter time as a good time for people for spiritual growth. There's a lot of people that are going to be questioning why they're here, what is their purpose, and we're going to see a lot of spiritual growth also coming up in the next couple months. Mercury is going to be going retrograde the very end of December, and that also plays a role in the setup for the chart. For the solstice chart. And so from the end of December through the middle of January, we may have to redo things. We may have to do things twice. Not a good time for travel, not a good time to start new things, but it is a good time to put a game plan together. Follow the calendar also to manifest and to set your intentions on new moons and full moons. Because if you can do your manifesting on the highest periods and points, you're going to do well. You don't want to waste a lot of energy when you don't have the aspects as tall, as big as they should be. We have a Cancer full moon, which is also a law of abundance day on the 6th of January. I want to make note of that because that one has a lot to do with our country. And our country is a Cancer, July 4th, 1776. So there's going to be a lot happening in the country for better or worse around that time. So that's kind of an overview of what I'm seeing in general from that chart. And I'm going to talk about what you can expect individually too, as a little bit closer down to the web through the webinar here. But I wanted to talk about what things that you can do during the solstice to indulge in that energy, to raise your vibration, to make sure that you harness that power. So there's a lot of different activities that you can do to manifest. I always like to make sure that I'm manifesting at the exact moment of the peak of the solstice. And the nice thing about this is it's in the afternoon, so you're going to be up. It's not like it's happening in the middle of the night. But I've designed a winter welcome Yuletide bowl, and this is going to be used for manifesting on December 21st through New Year's Eve. You can use it every single year. You don't need to buy a new one. But if you don't, I know a lot of people have already ordered it. So if you have not ordered it, Debbie will put the link up so you can take a look at it. But I wanted to tell those folks that have already purchased it or maybe are interested in how to use it. So you set it up on the solstice, and you want to be prepared right then and there in the afternoon on December 21st with the bowl, and you're going to get complete instructions with it too. And by the way, right now, because it's Thanksgiving weekend and Cyber Monday, free shipping on that if you haven't already ordered it. But I think the Yuletide bowl, you should make a regular part of your solstice manifesting every year, an annual part of your celebration. Yule means wheel of the year, and it's celebrated on the solstice. So the winter solstice marks the time to celebrate the sun, because we're going to be moving into longer days after the solstice. So solstice, sun, right? And it signifies a time when the wheels are set in motion to ring in the new year. So the Yuletide bowl with those themes in mind is what I made up. So I want you to find a special place in your home, away from TVs and radios, electronics, that you can set your bowl up. And as you set your manifesting intentions, you want to be very clear of the wishes you want to come true, not only for Christmas and for that day, but for the entire winter. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a decorative bowl. You're going to get 11 genuine gemstones to help you manifest. These are going to be specific stones that are good for manifesting. There are 11 different types. You're going to get a solstice wishing oil. It's a manifesting oil. It's kind of like a pay me oil, but it also has a proprietary blend that will help you when you're doing any type of manifesting work. It also raises the vibration as well as attracts things to you. And it is made specifically with all of this energy from this chart in mind. Okay. So you're going to wear the wishing oil, the solstice wishing oil, each day from December 21st to New Year's Eve. The last day you'll put it on is New Year's Eve. You're also going to get a solstice gemstone bracelet. We would like you to wear it 30 minutes a day from December 21st to New Year's Eve, to January 1st, let's just say. And if you want to wear it all day, you can, but it would be nice if you could wear it at least for 30 minutes. So starting on December 21st, what you'll do is you'll write down one wish on a small piece of paper. You'll do that each day, ending on New Year's Eve. So your last wish will be on New Year's Eve. And these wishes can be things that realistically can unfold over the course of the next 3 months. Then I want you to take the solstice wishing oil and run the roller ball over the paper with that you've already written the wish on. It's going to give energy to that, the work that you've done. Roll the oil on your pulse points to lift your own vibration to a higher level, and then wear the gemstone bracelet to affirm and remind you of the wish you made throughout the day. That's all you have to do. Write one wish each day. So you're going to end up with 11 wishes. One wish, run the oil on your pulse points across the paper. And then what I want you to do is I want you to choose one crystal out of those 11 that you feel intuitively drawn to each day. Put that piece of paper and that chosen crystal into the bowl. Repeat that each day for the 11 days. So by the time that you're done with the 11 days, all of the papers and all of the gemstones should be in the bowl. And you can place the bowl anywhere you want. I just wouldn't put it near electronics, okay? On New Year's Day, I want you to take out all the intentions you put in the bowl, look them over, and read them out loud. That will be your New Year's manifesting. Okay. Thanking the universe like you already have those things. Then expect them to unfold. All those wishes you made, expect them to unfold over the course of the winter season. Now, you can leave the bowl up throughout the winter. And then as each intention happens, you can take out the stone out of that bowl and then I put mine on a windowsill where I can see it, so I can see how many wishes have come true. So every time a wish comes true, take that stone and that paper out, put the stone on the windowsill, and you'll know that when you're manifesting has already happened, when that wish comes true. And pretty much you should, by the time the first day of spring, all those 11 wishes. And remember, 11 in numerology is a magical number. 11 is a master number. We also have the 1111 Pay Me oil. People were asking about that. We made a new batch of Pay Me oil on 11/11 at 11:11 a.m. 11 is a master number in numerology. It's about making wishes come true. So we always make our Pay Me oil when we have the highest astrological energy. So that is also going to be included in some bundle sales. So you could, like I said, you can leave the bowl wherever you want and then put the gemstones. I put mine on my windowsill or maybe on your dresser so you can line them up so you can see how many wishes have come true. And then I would also suggest something else. To infuse your winter solstice celebration by using astrology, a little touch of astrology, plan to do something with fire to honor the sun, because the sun is fire, right? You could light a bonfire, you could burn a Yule log, you could have a beautiful roaring fire in your fireplace. I would suggest on the solstice that you do have a bonfire, or that you do put your fireplace on if you have one. We have designed the Light Me Up Fire Manifesting Board. And what it is, it's a board that has a beautiful sage stick on it. And it has space on the front and the back to write down all your 11 wishes that you want. And what I would suggest that you do is maybe get a group of friends together and everybody have their board and write down their wishes. And then you'll throw the board into the fire with the wishes on it. So you're going to write out on the left-hand side. I always write on the left-hand side wishes. And then on the right-hand side, I write thank you. But you could do however you want. And this has a big, beautiful stick of sage. It has a crystal that you take off of the Light Me Up Fireboard. So it's kind of a crystal you can use and carry with you. So it reminds you of your wish. So it's called the Light Me Up Fire Manifesting Board. You can do it alone too. You don't have to do it with a group of friends. I just think it's kind of fun to do it with friends too. But as far as the individual signs, remember I promised you that I was going to talk about what you should be manifesting specifically, and we're going to do that. But before we get to that, I want to remind everybody and thank everybody for ordering the 2023 Zodiac recorded forecasts. If you haven't already, I'll have Debbie put the link up, because these forecasts tie in to the solstice. They tie in as to your lucky periods and what you can expect your new challenge to be. This is more of a personalized, more of an individual based on your zodiac sign. They run anywhere from 15 to 19 minutes long. So if you're an Aries, you want to order the Aries zodiac one. If you have a Scorpio rising sign, you may want to order that one too. And they're only $22, and the forecast is good for the entire year. It'll come to your email. And it has lucky days or lucky periods. It has love, money, health, travel. I cover about 12 areas of your life. If you have a lot of friends, or if you have a lot of clients and business clients, you could order all 12. It's a bundle price. So rather than paying $22 each, you pay $99 for the whole bundle. And that will get you all 12 Zodiac recordings. And if you have 100 friends, you can send them to 100 friends. There's no limit on how many times you can send them. They make a nice holiday gift. But if you buy the bundle, it's about $8 per recording. And like I said, if you have 100 friends and you want to mail it out to 100 friends, that one $8 recording, you certainly can. So those are the Zodiac, the 2023 Zodiac forecast recordings. And they've been very popular and very accurate. So I would consider getting one of those too. Also, if you really want to get into the nitty gritty with 2023, my annual New Year's webinar is coming up the 26th of December. I know a lot of you have listening or watch parties where you'll get together and have your friends come over, grab some wine and some food, and then you'll watch the webinar. This one is a paid webinar, but if you purchase it today or tomorrow, you'll have a discount on it. After December 1st, it goes up in price. This is a 90 to 120 minute webinar. And if you can't watch it live, you can always order the recording, but you want to order it now so you save, and then we'll send you the replay. And this one will cover everything in great, great detail on all of the signs, but it'll also talk about the economy, the real estate market, where our country's headed. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty on things. And remember, my Minnesota friends, there's a lot of you watching right now. We are doing a raffle tonight. Or tomorrow morning. I'm going to be in Minneapolis the 10th and the 11th of December at the Marriott Minneapolis Airport Hotel. We're doing a big 2-day psychic fun fair, but I'm also doing a crossing over gallery. I'm doing a numerology class. I'm doing my annual predictions lecture. And we're also, Char Savoy is also going to be doing a class on the path of the empath. And we're going to have tons of shopping and readers and healers there. I'm giving away 2 free tickets tonight. And we may do the drawing tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how much. I have some phone readings after I'm done with this. So if you'd like to come, the tickets will be good for you and a friend. Just in the link that you were sent, if you were sent one, you can hit the registration raffle. And then we'll put you in that, and then we'll draw it tonight or tomorrow. You'll be notified by email. So make sure if you're from Wisconsin or Minnesota or Iowa and you'd like to come out and spend the weekend, if you only want to come for the one day or the one class, that's fine. You can use the tickets however you want. And they're about normally $69 each. If you'd like to register and come to that, you can still do that. All right. If you're looking for another free webinar, Sunday, December 4th, a week from now, we have my favorite things webinar, and Joe and I are going to be doing a lot of fun stuff where you would not believe all the fun stuff that we have. We're going to be doing a Santa stocking sale, and I went through all of our inventory, and we have the stockings for, I think, $99 and then $29 to ship. I handpicked everything for these stockings. There are rose quartz balls that are $200, quartz crystal balls. You're going to get anywhere from $300 to $600 worth of stuff in these stockings. But the interesting thing about it is we're only going to tell you 3 of the items. You have to kind of guess. It's kind of like a grab bag stocking, but I can guarantee you, you're not going to be disappointed. And I also have rabbit and mink fur hats like I'm wearing. Those are also in the stockings, and those were normally like $200. So you're going to get a lot of good stuff in there. So make sure that you tune in. We're going to have a sing-along. We're going to have some astrological tidbits. The registration for that is at mariashaw.com as well. And you can also watch from Facebook. That'll be Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central. All right, let's talk about the individual signs. The solstice chart shows what the individual signs, the zodiac signs, should be manifesting. And you can include other things on your manifesting list too. So if you're doing the fireboard and you're throwing it into the bonfire, or if you're throwing it into your fireplace, when you write on the board, front, back, sides, all of your 11 wishes, you can, it doesn't have to be what I'm telling you should be one of your wishes based on the solstice chart. It can be anything that you want. It just has to be for you. It can't be for someone else. You have to have your own board. So you can't have other people's names or wishes on it. It's got to be specifically for you. So if you have a couple people in the family that want to do it, you can purchase the fireboard by itself, or it comes in a bundle with some other stuff, but we do have it individually, and Debbie will put the link up. Or if you're doing, like a lot of you have already purchased, the Yuletide Bowl, the Welcome Winter Solstice Bowl. That is something that you can add. Only 11 wishes, but it can be anything besides what I'm talking about. You don't have to follow everything, as far as your manifesting of what it shows in this chart. You can add things to it. I want to make that very clear. Okay, so for Aries, you should be setting intentions for money. You should be setting financial intentions for the winter to increase your income in 23, setting a foundation to increase income. For Taurus, the winter time, the solstice, and the 3 months following are about you finding your place in the world and discovering, how do you fit in? Where am I supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? Where am I going? And how do I fit into this world? So that's going to be your focus. And maybe you will be manifesting finding my true path. Maybe that's what you could put. Finding my true path. For Gemini, you should be manifesting being able to connect with people at a very deep soul level. It's so important during a cycle like this that you connect, that you connect at a soul level, like not just a superficial friendship or a superficial relationship, but where it's a soul stirring connection, whether that be with a friend, a neighbor, family, a lover. So you're looking for those types of connections. Cancer, you need to be working on your spiritual goals. How can you live on this earth plane in a much more spiritual, higher vibrational way? What can you do this winter? And that's what I would be manifesting. Ask the universe to bring you opportunities to raise your vibration and to live a more spiritual lifestyle and to really know the true meaning of why you're here. And Leo, one of your spiritual manifestations for the solstice should be, how can you be of service to others? Not what people can do for you, but how can you help them? How can you make a difference in other people's lives? You have a big heart if you're a Leo. But this is a time frame. How can I be of service to others? My gifts and my talents. How can I be of service? And then for Virgo, you're going to have a lot of breakthroughs. You're going to have a lot of aha moments. And you're also going to break down some barriers. You're going to be breaking down a lot of barriers that have been put up by circumstance, by other people, etc. So you should be manifesting, breaking down those barriers, experience joy at the highest form, and making sure that you get where you need to go, where you want to go, setting those goals. Libra, your manifestation should do with creating a loving family, whatever that means to you. Creating the perfect environment for your home, the peace and the harmony, which are all Libra words. And then Scorpio, you should start manifesting better communication with people. I'm not saying that you're not a good communicator, but them truly understanding your point. You truly listening, people listening to you, getting your point across. In the most effective way. This is an excellent time for Scorpio and Scorpio rising people to set goals and manifestations, to write, to communicate, to teach. So if you've got a book inside of you, maybe this is a goal that you should put down, or if you want to do more writing or teaching or taking classes even. And then Sagittarius, I would manifest truly, truly enjoying life to the fullest. Whether that be traveling, seeking out new places and people and things and studying new things, but truly living life juicy, not just on automatic pilot. And Capricorn, I would be manifesting, connecting to a higher consciousness if I were you. Moving to a higher consciousness, becoming more aware. Capricorns tend to get in their own heads a lot, and they're always working and they're always striving to do better. And sometimes they neglect their spiritual side. This is a year, or at least the winter, that you can really delve into that. And Aquarius, raising your vibration. If your vibration the last couple years has been low, tired, exhausted, feeling kind of depressed or down, it's because of Saturn. Your focus during the winter solstice and the 3 months after is to manifest a higher vibration and to keep it high and strong, and don't let people and situations drag you down. You're coming out of a really tough cycle. And we're going to talk about a lot in my webinar on December 26th, my annual New Year's webinar about the signs. We're going to go through all of them. We're going to go through everything. And even in Minnesota, I'm going to be doing that. So if you have signed up for Minnesota, expect for the most of the day on Saturday to talk about all the different energies that we have. We're also going to tell you how you can predict the year ahead using a simple numerology formula. If you haven't already registered for the raffle for the 2 free tickets to the big Minnesota event, you can do so. And that's in the little letter that you were sent to your email after you registered for this. If you're on Facebook and just tuning in, my assistant Debbie Harden is on there right now. She'll put her email up, and you can email her, or you can private message me that you'd like to be included in the raffle. This is for December 10th and 11th in Minneapolis. And then for Pisces, I would be manifesting understanding how you can share your talents with the world. You know, Pisces have a lot of compassion and empathy, a lot of intuitive gifts. They can also be very creative type people. So Pisces have got to find a way to share the God-given gifts that they have, how they can share that with the world. So Leos are working on being of service to others. Pisces want to work on, I have these gifts. Now, how can I share them? How can I get them out there? Okay. So those are some of the things, along with your other wishes, that based on the solstice chart is going to support you. The energy for the solstice is going to support you based on your zodiac sign if you manifest some of those things that I talked about along with your other wishes. Some other things that I want to talk about before we end our holiday sale is we do have the Om for the Holidays gift bundle. This is over $500 worth of things for $129 with free shipping. This is going to have the, I believe this one has the Christmas Wish Manifesting Oil, the Lift Me Up Booster Oil, the Lucky Horseshoe, the Palo Santo Wood, the window wands. It's got a home protection hanger. It's got the milled wood of Palo Santo. And it also has the webinar that I'm doing in January on being an empath. You're not weird, you're an empath. That webinar, the $50 webinar, is going to be included in the bundle. And then you get a pass for either our Lansing convention in March or the Minnesota event in December. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff. You can click on that. Debbie will put the link up and see everything. And then the other one we have is the Metaphysical Toolbox, and that has the Light Me Up Manifesting Fireboard in it. And it has the moon calendar and a Lucky Pay Me oil and a manifesting grid and a crossing over gallery. I'm going to be doing in January where I come on and I connect with people from the other side. And I'm also going to be doing this in December in Minneapolis. Now, those tickets are normally $49, but they'll come free with your bundle package. And that bundle package is $482 value for the $129 with the free shipping. And that has a lot of stuff in it too. So if you're interested in those, I would tell you to get those before we sell out or before we close that after the holiday, some of these holiday weekends. If we have a couple left, we may leave them up. But I would say that the main reason for the shifts and the changes in what I'm seeing in the solstice chart, what I can see is that people really need to work off a higher vibration. There's so much help from the universe with this winter solstice energy, so much help from the heavens that I think we need to harness this, and we need to take the time, whether it be 5 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour, and do your manifesting work, or do it over like I said, the course of the 11 days from the solstice to New Year's. Get your Yuletide welcome winter manifesting bowl, or get your fireboard. Some of these bundles have already these things in them. You'll get these along in some of the bundles. So make sure that you do something. It's fun to do it with your friends. It's fun to get out with your friends and do these types of things and sit in a circle. And maybe if you have a bonfire, talk about your manifesting, say, we love and support you, throw the board into the fire, and just watch that fire send up all of those wishes to the heavens. Fire is one of the best ways to manifest. When you think about it, fire really sends up, it has this uncontrollable energy that can send those wishes straight up to the heavens. And fire, usually, if you manifest with fire, the wish comes true, I think, quicker, because fire is a quick energy, action energy. And for Aries and Sagittarius and Leos that are fire signs that don't want to wait for things to come true for a year or 2 years, manifesting with fire is a good way to get your messages out there quicker. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And then remember, next Sunday, we're going to be doing another free one, Santa Sing Along. We're going to be talking about my favorite things. We're going to have some specials that we haven't advertised yet. And just as a little sneak preview to Cyber Monday, we've made up the Christmas wishing oil, a New Year's wishing oil, and a naughty girl oil. And the naughty girl oil is a manifesting oil with a special proprietary blend for things that maybe you can't say out loud that you're manifesting, but it's a very powerful oil. So we're going to have that on Cyber Monday. We're going to have some other deals, so make sure that you keep checking us out on French Quarter Medium and on my website. So I want to thank everybody. Is there any questions that anybody has if they want to type anything in? Any questions? We'd like to thank Debbie for joining us tonight and putting up all the links. If you need to go to mariashaw.com, please do so. You can type in holiday in the search bar. All of our specials will come up. So whatever you see on there, and if you can order a couple things, we'll get it out to you tomorrow. If there's any gifts that you want to order for people, the bundle gifts are fabulous, the calendars. But take a look at the bundle because there's so much stuff in there. And like I said, it's over a $500 value. And you could divide the gifts if you want, or you can keep them all for yourself. But I would say the value of it is amazing. You get so many wonderful gifts like the manifesting grid, the pay me oil, the fire board, the fire light me up fire manifesting board, lots of good stuff. So just go to mariashaw.com if you don't see the links on here. And then just type in holiday and all of our Christmas specials will come up. And Debbie promises to get them out to you. You do need to order by the 19th of priority mail in order to 19th of December in order to get them by the 25th, according to the post office. If you're sending first class, the post office recommends you order by the 17th or mail out by the 17th. Okay. I personally think that you should put an order in as soon as you can. I'm mailing out Christmas packages this week because the fact that there was 1 year that the post office had taken on so much mail also from Amazon because they had a contract with Amazon that a lot of stuff got delivered even after Christmas. So order early if you can. That's my big tip. Hi, Deb. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if Greg is going to send to the emails to re-listen to. I can ask him to do that because it's free and it's live. There he is right there. Are you sending a replay, Greg?
Yeah, I'll send a replay. It'll be a link to the recorded version on Facebook. But yes, I'll be happy to do that.
Okay, so he's going to do that. And again, everybody, if you guys can just hit share and then people can watch the replay on yours too. On the LOA check, Cindy says, we do not have to put paid in full on the money line. Nope, I don't. I just put thank you or I leave it blank. Okay. Sometimes I will put PIF down at the bottom, like in the memo line. You could put it up there. You don't have to, but I wouldn't put the dollar amount in because that limits what the universe can bring you.
There's a great reason to get the calendar right here.
Yeah. So I think Cindy already has the calendar. You just want to follow it. And like I said, we have a lot of good money dates and a lot of the LOA dates will show up as LOA. You can see that. And the first 2 days of January 1st and 2nd of the new year are really, really good money dates. Central time on the 21st, I see two different answers. Well, it would be an hour. It would be 3:47, 3:48. This was recorded. If you've already registered, you will. Maria, should we also manifest what you said for our moon sign as well? You certainly can. If you know your rising sign, you can manifest that too. But remember, you don't have to just do what I said. You can make up those 11 wishes. And then Jermaine, can you use a candle for the fire? Well, you really can't throw your manifesting board in the fire if it's a candle, but you could use it if you're just lighting a candle and just saying it out loud. You can do it that way too. Moon calendars are available in digital. Not yet. Not yet. They will not be available until all the print calendars sell. You have to wait for all the print calendars to sell out. And Arlene says, thank you, Maria and Debbie, for your help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized I'm still on near the baby.
That's all right. Greg has is this her first Christmas, Greg? I can't even remember.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God, this is a big Christmas. The Bass family has 3 children in their household. Lots of presents going out. Lots of presents. Anybody else have any questions before we close? Remember, mariashaw.com. You can order your rising sign and your moon sign for the recorded 2022 Zodiac recordings. It would actually be a good idea. There is a special that we're running. Like the one recording is $22. Like most people order that for their sun sign. But if you know your sun, your rising, and your moon, order all 3 of them. And it's only like $52 or something for all 3. So you're going to save $10, $11 on the bundle. And if you don't know your rising sign and sun sign, but you have people in the family, go ahead and order that 3 bundle. You're going to save. And if you also are not the type of person that wants to go to the post office and wants to stand in line or wants to order, the same old thing every year, this is a great gift, which you don't have a lot of expense to. You can email this. So if you forgot to send somebody something, you can email it to them on Christmas Eve or throughout the holidays and say, hey, this is your Christmas gift, a reading from Maria, and it's your zodiac sign. And they can listen and save it at their leisure. And like I said, I don't care how many people you send it to. If you order the Aries and you want to send it to 100 of your friends, that's fine with me. But I would say that if you're going to do something like that and you have a lot of friends, order the 12 bundle package, because that has all 12 zodiac signs. That way you'll get your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and then you can send them all to different people. And I do believe that 23 is going to be a good year in a lot of ways. Yes, I do. And we're going to talk a great detail about that on the December 26th. The big annual forecast that I do. So plan on joining me then. You have to order that webinar. There's a small charge for it, but if you order now or tomorrow, you'll save money on it. December 1st, the price goes up to normal, the normal rate. So if you order it now, you'll be able to get that webinar. There's also a bundle deal that if you order all 4 webinars that we have coming up in December and January, you get all 4 for $99. And I think with that, you also get a free ticket to Minnesota or our Lansing convention in March. So there are all these little things that we want to give you so you get a lot of information. All right, no other questions, everybody. Make sure that you sign up for December 4th. It's going to be so much fun. Greg is there. Santa Joe is there. Music, singing, stockings, astrological tidbits, maybe even some quick readings. So make sure that you sign up for that at mariashaw.com. And if you don't have my newsletter, mariashaw.com, it's called Star Sculpts. That way we can keep in touch. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you all for joining me.